Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second week of our Scentaholic Team Leadership Program. As you know, I'm Katie Jones, and this is my husband, Robert Jones.
Hi, future leaders.
And we are your Scentaholic Team Superstar Directors and leading this program and having the privilege of working with you guys throughout this program. So, as you know, this program was designed to help you push yourself as far as you can with your Scentsy family business. And I have a lot of great information I wanted to share with you this week. So I'm excited to get going on this. So this week we're going to be reading chapters 2 and 3 in our study guide, Be a Direct Selling Superstar. Hope you guys enjoyed chapter 1 last week. Most weeks we're going to be reading just one chapter, but this week we are reading 2 because a couple of times we're going to need to be combining 2 chapters to complete this book by the end of the program. So they're really easy chapters, so it's not too difficult. So just let's recap last week. It was awesome. We listened to the launch call by Mary Christensen, which is now posted in the training center. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, go to the training center and check it out. You'll be glad that you did. I've already listened to it a couple of times. I enjoyed it so much. Mary always has such great inspirational information and great ideas that she shares. She's really been a big inspiration since I saw her at the Scentsy convention in 2009. It's the first time I saw her. And from that time forward, I have bought her books and her CDs, and she's really helped me a lot. So I'm really looking forward to her helping you out as well. I feel very fortunate that Scentsy has teamed up with her, and she's been willing to help us and work with us throughout this program. It's really a big deal, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate it as much as I have. So last week, we read chapter 1, and also you guys dug deep down and figured out what your goals were and what your whys are and shared them on our team Facebook page. I really, really enjoyed learning more about you guys. I learned a lot about you and what is inspiring you and what's making you want to work your Scentsy business. It was a really inspiring week for me, and I hope it was for you guys as well as you read each other's posts. So you also shared your why on your personal websites and your personal Facebook page and let them know that you were launching into this new program. So I hope your friends and family saw your commitment and your drive with your Scentsy business and will be supporting you along this journey. So now we're going to be working on making your whys and your goals a reality. We're not going to use hope as our business plan. We're not going to say, I hope I can become a director, or I hope I can get this. We're going to make sure you don't overestimate your challenges, and we're really going to make sure you don't underestimate yourself. Some of you struggled with choosing your why. I know a few of you had to really dig deep down to figure out what your why really was and what you want to get out of your Scentsy business. But hopefully you figured it out, and hopefully it's a goal that makes you tear up when you think about it and makes your heart leap. And when you sit down and really think about it, and when you think to yourself, when I accomplish this, it's going to be huge. Hopefully it's doing that for you. If not, you really need to rethink it. But sounds like from when I read your post that that's really what you guys had accomplished. So I hope you've all decided that not only is your why what you want, but this program is what you want. If you want to succeed, you want this business to be huge. And not only do you want to accomplish all your goals, but you want to surpass all your goals. So I hope you're planning and going to succeed on purpose, not on chance. That's kind of what chapter 2 is all about, is making sure that we succeed on purpose, not on chance. So, and you really need to think about, you deserve to accomplish your goals. A lot of times we sell ourselves short and think that we can't do it or we don't deserve it. You can do it, and you will do it. And so you need to ask yourself, do you believe in yourself? Do you really believe that you can do it? Whether you work a part-time job, a full-time job, have kids at home, and 3 kids during the day all day, or kids in school during the day, I know that you can do it. I don't care if you only have 5 hours a week to devote to your Scentsy business. I know you can do it. And I know this because I personally selected you guys for this program because I believe in you, and that's why I invited you here. So I hope you believe in yourself as much as I do. I believe in you, and so now you need to believe in yourself. And you need to ask yourself, will you commit to this? Will you commit to your goal? Will you commit to this program? Think about it. If your goal is to reach $1,000 this month, I believe you can do it. If you want to recruit someone this month, I believe you can do it. And this is one of my favorite quotes by Mary Christensen. She says, you can't make excuses and money at the same time. So get to work and stop making excuses. I love how direct and right on she always is. So, and if you've got somebody in your team that, is telling you, oh, I just don't have the time, or this is going on, or whatever, tell them that. So you can't make excuses and money at the same time, so which do you want? So, and tell them, let's get to work and let's make it happen, and we need to do that for ourselves too. So if you're still looking for excuses of why and why you can't complete your goal, you didn't pick the right goal. You need to rethink it if you're still looking for excuses. And if you don't think you can do it, your goal is not big enough. Rethink that. We're still early enough in the program, and our goals and our whys change also. But make sure you change it on your whiteboard too, that you have displayed if you do that. And remember, you don't need confidence to have a great business and do well in this business. You need courage and a heart and a goal. Those are the three things that you need: a confidence, courage, and a heart. And if you have those three things, you can accomplish this. So have you made mistakes along the way? I hope you have. If you have, good. I know we all have. Everybody does. And your mistakes will make you work harder. The main thing is not to let these mistakes get you down. Learn from these failures, and they will lead you to success. Learn from these mistakes and make them better. Make yourself better. Stop worrying about failure and who you'll disappoint along the way. Worry will trap you and stop you from accomplishing your goals. Just go for it. Don't think about it too much. If you worry about it, it'll hold you back from accomplishing it. And along those lines, I have this magnet that I hang on my chair. I thought it was quite fitting for what we're talking about. Worry is like a rocking chair. It will give you something to do, but it won't get you anywhere. So think about that. If you're worrying about things, yeah, it's just going to be busy, keep you busy, but it's not going to get you anywhere in your business. So stop worrying. Just go for it. Like I said, worrying will hold you back from your accomplishments. So be courageous. That is what will give you the power. When life happens, don't wallow in your worries. Be an achiever and get on with your job. Be successful in both the good times and the bad times too. You're going to have good months. You're going to have bad months. You're going to have great parties. You're going to have bad parties or events. So you need to just stay consistent and be successful no matter what's coming your way. So since this is a leadership program, before we get to the challenges this week, I wanted to share some tips with you to help you be great leaders, and hopefully they will inspire you and be very helpful with you and your growing team. So first thing that you need to do, and we also talk about it in this book of Chapter 2, is know your compensation plan. Know our compensation plan. I know it's very confusing, and unless it affects you in your pay, a lot of people don't understand it. But you need to at least know the basics so you can explain it to your team and new recruits. And remember, don't give your team too much information. I know the compensation plan can be a little overwhelming, so don't bore them too much with it. But try to make it as exciting as you can. And I think that comes from helping them know what they need to get to the next level. Show them how it affects them. Show how it directly affects their paycheck or someone in their team. Because they may not know it, and they might not know how to work with their teammates to get them to the next level. So don't, if they're a certified or a lead consultant, don't overwhelm them and tell them what the requirements. They need to be a superstar director. Just focus on what they need now. So that's something to think about this week. It's not going to be an official challenge or an assignment, but figure out why it's great to be a Scentsy consultant and what makes our compensation plan so great and makes it so much better than other companies. So there's your first thing as a leader. Know and understand your compensation plan. Number 2, remember life will happen. You're going to have things that happen to you. You're going to have bumps in the road, and you have to remain focused through it all, no matter what. Keep your eye on your goal. Keep focused on what's ahead of you. And I know it's hard when things happen. We all go through it. But when you waver and you take time off and you're wallowing in things, your team's going to waver too. So you're a leader now, and you need to stay strong and stay on path. So, and if you're having a really rough time in your life, I mean, we all do. It happens. Look to someone in your team who can leave nice, positive comments and feedback on your team Facebook pages, or on our team Facebook page. I know some of you've got your own team Facebook pages. Some of you haven't yet. Your teams aren't big enough yet. But, let's all work together. Let's help each other out here. That's what we're all for. And that's what makes this group so wonderful is it's kind of an unspoken thing. We all do it anyway. That's why I love you guys. And I really appreciate it when I see you guys all posting things on our Facebook page to help other teammates. So thank you. So, when you get down in these dumps, use your friends, use your buddies, assign teammates. Ask your director, ask me if you need some help. And it's not that we always want to pretend everything's perfect all the time with our teams and, it's always sunny and rosy all the time. I mean, that's not reality. We all know that. But we don't want to trick people by acting that way. But also we don't want to burden people with our problems either. As a leader, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to burden people with your problems. It's going to have them tune out really, really fast. They look to you for inspiration and guidance. And if you're burdening them with your problems, it kind of defeats that purpose. So along those lines, if you're having a hard time and going through some things, don't post about it on Facebook. It kind of deflates your professionals. You need to be posting positive, encourage things, especially on your team pages, which I know you guys do. But just something to think about and something to pass on to your teammates as time goes on. So, think about it. Leaders don't post negative things. If you ever go to Orville and Heidi's Facebook page, who are amazing examples and leaders for all of us, think about it. You never go to their page and see something negative or I've got a headache or something that's just kind of draining. They're always posting positive, encouraging things. So kind of look at their example and their guidance and follow that. And you need to do the same. If you want to be a leader, you need to follow that example. So next thing, use our products. I see sometimes people posting on Facebook, they got a new Coach bag or something like that. You're leaders in our business. You're professionals in our business. And if you're going to be one of the highest leaders within our company, so you need to represent our products. Instead of posting about your Coach bag, post about our Grace Adele products that we have. And honestly, I think Grace Adele bags are better anyway. So, proudly carry around your new Grace Adele purse. You wouldn't believe how many conversations I've had when I'm out at places and I'm carrying my Grace Adele bag or have my jewelry on or a scarf or something like that. And it's been a great conversation starter when I tell them that I sell it. Their eyes light up and they leave with a business card, of course. So also I wanted to share one of my business cards with you along those lines. Let me grab it real fast. Sorry, hold on a second. Okay, here it is. So my business card, I have all three. I have these custom made, and since I do wear my Grace Adele out in public, I've got my Scentsy on, and I want to promote the lot at the same time. I have a business card that represents all three brands, and on the back, it has my websites for all three brands. All of my website starts with addicted to, like addicted to fashion, addicted to scents, and addicted to fondue. And I have a thing that says I can help you with all your Scentsy family addictions, and then a QR code on it. So if you want the name of the lady who helped me with these, she's wonderful. I just had to have them approved through Scentsy, and we had to make a few minor adjustments that she did. But either way, that's what I'm getting off track here. But so this is what I give anybody who asks me about Grace Adele. So back on track again. So like I said, I've had a lot of conversations showing off I'm not even showing off, but I love my Grace Adele purse. So carry around our products, and don't go to Bath and Body Works or things like that. Use our layered products. Post about how great your laundry smells, how many loads you got out of one small little bottle. Support yourself, buy it yourself, earn PRV, or earn points for incentive trips and things like that. Buy your own products. Don't support Tide or Bath and Body Works. And and our bath tablets, as far as like, those are my absolute favorite. French lavender, that's always a treat for me. So use our scent circles. Don't buy another car freshener and have that in your car. Use our car fresheners. And if you haven't tried Grace Adele yet, and you're not a Grace Adele consultant yet, and if you can, I know everybody's budgets are different, but buy one. And if you don't have a raclette or a Velata chocolate or anything yet, buy it or borrow it from somebody. And, next time you're out to buy a new knife or something like that, buy it from Velata. You'll earn commission on it. You'll earn points on it. You'll be representing your company when people come over and see how wonderful our products are. And you're not supporting somebody like Walmart. And you buy a cheap thing, you're going to get a nice knife that's going to last forever. And you've got a party coming up that you have to go to. You have to bring something. You have to bring nachos or a dip or something like that. Make nachos with our Velata product. So people ask you about it. Man, this is great. What is that? You can tell them about our Velata cheeses. Or if you're making a dessert, use our Velata chocolates and post, on Facebook a picture of your dessert and how great our chocolates are, because they really are wonderful. If you haven't tried Velata chocolate yet, you need to. I'm not a chocolate person, and I love them. So. And keep in mind, your team's going to post what you do, so they're looking to you for guidance and example. So keep that in mind. So another thing you need to remember as a leader is bite your tongue. Leaders, we have to have a tough skin and a tender heart. I think those are the two biggest requirements for a leader, to have a tough skin and a tender heart. When you start to become successful in this business and you're building a business, there are going to be people who are going to be jealous. They're not going to understand, and they're going to try and bring you down with them. So, and you're going to have teammates that are going to say things, and you need to not let it get to you, especially if they're saying unkind things. It happens. The bigger your team gets, you can't please everybody, and there's always at least one in the group. So, and we as women, we take things so personally. Try not to, and just build up that thick skin. Because usually people who say things like that, they're very negative, so they don't get far in this business because they are negative, and they're very insecure about themselves. So try not to take it personally, and don't let their negativity, get to you. Not everyone's going to love you and Scentsy, but you need to be the biggest cheerleader in Scentsy that you can anyway. You need to rise above it. And there's a poem by Mother Teresa that I'm not going to read the entire poem because it's a little long, but I thought it was quite fitting for this. It's called Anyway. And it says, if you're successful, you'll earn false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. When you are kind, people will accuse you of selfish motives. Be kind anyway. When you spend years building, someone could destroy it overnight. Build anyway. When you find serenity and happiness, they will be jealous. Be happy anyway. And like I said, the bigger your team gets and the more personalities you're going to be dealing with, this is kind of something you need to don't let their negativity hold you back. Just keep growing, and your strength and your perseverance in growing is going to rub off on them eventually. And if it doesn't, they're not going to make it and go very far in this business anyway. So be that big example and rise above these negative things. And the next thing I want to talk about is don't judge people. But don't ask every living person to join your team, too. You want to ask everybody, but you need to remember it's about them, not you. And and one reason I want to talk about not judging people is I have a friend who just recently married. She married a wonderful guy who's done very, very well for himself and has been very smart financially, invested his money well. And they just recently got married, and they financial concerns aren't really a worry of theirs anymore. And I was talking to her one day about Scentsy and thinking, oh, she'd never want to join. She's set for life financially. Why would she want this? So I was kind of prejudging her, thinking this isn't something she would want. But after talking to her a little bit, she started asking more questions about the business, and to find out she wanted to sign up, and she did. And when I asked her, I says, why? You don't need to work, you're set. And she said, because I want to have my own money. I want to have my own identity. And that really surprised me, and I thought, wow, I never would have guessed that. And I didn't approach her a long while before that because I was judging that situation. And on the other side, I mean, you're going to have people that you think, they can't afford the kit. They won't want to join or something like that. It's not your decision to decide. It's their decision. Your decision, your job is just to advertise it and let them know about the opportunity. It's their decision to decide whether they want it and they're willing to commit to it or not. So whatever their goal is, work with that. Like I said, this is their business. You're here to help them. And you need to help them with their goals, not your goals. And then when they do sign up, whatever their goals are, you need to ask them if they're willing to commit to it. It could be something as simple as they just want to earn money every month for a date night, or they want to be a superstar director. Are they willing to commit to it? And if they are, and they want to be a superstar director, of course, we'll help them get there. I'll help them get there. But they have got to make the commitment to make it happen. So, and then the next big thing you need to ask them, are they willing to succeed before they quit? I love that. Are you willing to succeed before you quit? It reminds me of a great story. There is a superstar director in Scentsy. Amazing woman. Has helped so many people in this business, including myself. And her name is Sandy Lucky. And she is the very first recruit of another superstar director by the name of Becca Levi. And if you haven't heard these names yet, you will, as long as you stay with Scentsy, because they are two of the most inspiring leaders and women in Scentsy and help so many people around them. But their story is, Sandy was Becca's very, very first recruit and her neighbor. When Becca signed up, Sandy signed up with her, but she was in a really, really bad place. Her husband had lost his job. I mean, they had lost everything. Their house was in foreclosure. Their water had been turned off. Their electricity had been turned off. Their gas had been turned off. They were having to go over to Becca's house with milk jugs just to fill up these milk jugs so they could have water in their house. I mean, they were just really in a bad place. Sandy even had to borrow the $99 from her brother just to sign up. And she was at Becca's house one day, and she was crying, and she just felt like everything was falling apart. Her marriage was having troubles because of all this stress. Her kids were struggling. She turned to Becca, and she goes, I just have nothing. I have no time. I can't be doing Scentsy parties. I just don't have it in me. And Becca's husband was in the room. He's a really good businessman, and he turned to Sandy and kindly said to her, he says, you can either sit there and cry and feel sorry for yourself, or you can get yourself up and go to work and do something about it. And it really struck hard with her. And that was I think about 5 years ago that happened. And now she's one of the highest paid and most influential superstar directors in Scentsy. And it came down to, when she was going through this, Becca's husband, telling her, well, do something about it. You've got a business right here. You're complaining about your finances. You got a business that could do something about it. And also, it took Becca turning to her, and she says, well, just give me a year. Just promise me that you'll work your business for at least a year and you won't quit before you succeed. And it kind of inspired Sandy, and she says, okay, I'll give you a year. And like I said, it's been 5 years, and needless to say, her and her family are doing very, very well, not just financially, but this has just really helped them out personally in so many ways as well, just like it has me and my family. So when you have someone who tells you they can't do it, they don't have time or whatever, share this story with them. Hopefully it'll help inspire them. So the next thing I want to share with you is the sponge theory. As leaders, I know we try to soak up as much information as we can. I mean, we want to be informed. We need to be informed. But we can't do everything. We can't absorb all the information out. There's so much information out there, especially on Facebook. And I don't know about you, but when I start visiting different pages, I get so overwhelmed, like, oh, I got to be doing that, or I need to be doing this, and oh, look what they're doing. They're doing these great parties and have this great host packet, and I need to do that, or oh, they've got these great team meetings and team calls, and all this, they're doing them once a week, and oh, I need to be doing that. There's just so much going on. You can't do it all. So find what works for you, what works with your situation, your time schedule, your personality, and that's where you need to focus on. You don't have to know everything. And if you have somebody come to you in your team and they're asking you a question, you don't know the answer to it, it's okay to tell them, I don't know. I can find it out for you. Or why don't you go consult and support a call or look it up in your resource tab, and if you find out, let me know too. We can both learn together. So, you don't need to know everything first, and you don't need to relay everything and all that information to your team either. I mean, like I said, do your best to stay informed, but you don't have to do it all. And another thing you think about, there's lots of information out there, but that is not what's going to help you and your team. It's inspiration that sells, not information. So focus more on being inspiring instead of information. So they're both important, but your highest priority is going to be inspiration. That's where you need to come first. Another thing you need to focus on is don't sacrifice your business for your team. It's hard as you transition and your team grows, and you've got to find a better balance with working with your team and working your business. And it can be hard and challenging at first. It was for me. That's kind of been my biggest struggle, time management, and trying to balance it all. But one thing I want to share with you is kind of last year, I kind of did this, and that's why I want to share it with you. I kind of held back a little bit on growing my own personal business. I wanted to focus more on my team. And by doing this, I did not recruit very much last year. It wasn't a priority to me. It wasn't a big focus for me. And this is the very first year in my Scentsy career that I did not earn the incentive trip this year. So, I look back and I think, wow, I should have been working harder on my own business. You have to recruit. You have to be having parties. You need to be having your own sell. And you need to be this example to your team. If you're not recruiting, you're not selling, your team's not going to be doing it either. So make sure you're running your business and working harder at that than you are working with your team. Like I said, you need to work with your team, and you need to acknowledge your team and help your team, but put your own business as a priority first. But I just want to share real quick because I'm kind of excited. You guys are the first people I'm telling this to. But Scentsy, as far as the incentive trip is concerned, they had extra rooms for the Bahamas trip. As you know, they had 3 trips this year for incentive earners. One was to Greece, one was to Bahamas, and the other is they paid for your ticket to the Scentsy family reunion in St. Louis this year. Well, they had extra rooms at the in Bahamas this year, and I just got an email that they didn't fill all the rooms with the incentive trip earners. More people opted in for the Scentsy family reunion instead, which really surprised me and Scentsy. So they had some extra rooms in the Bahamas, and they offered them to the people who were next in line to earn the incentive trip. I was less than 1,000 points away from earning this trip, and I just got an email saying that I was so close that they're going to offering up these rooms to us. I'm not sure if we can pull it off yet because I'd have to buy in Robert. I'm not sure about Sitter, but I guess we did kind of do it. We didn't earn it officially, but I think it's pretty amazing that Scentsy would still, instead of just losing these rooms and saying rules are rules, you didn't qualify, I think it's amazing that they opened up these rooms to the next consultants in line. So really, once again, shows a great example to Orville and Heidi and how they just go above and beyond to help all of us. So anyway, I just had to share that good news with you. So anyway, so let's go on to chapter 2. So those are the leadership things I wanted to share with you. Let's go on to the book now. Chapter 2 in the book, it's all about committing to succeeding. That's what you're going to be reading about this week. It's going to be about not making hope your game plan. While most people wait for things, this is some excerpts from this book. It says, while most people wait for things to happen, you can make things happen. While waiting for others to get better, you can make yourself better. You can wish to get 5 recruits. You can wish to be a director. You can wish for more money, but you are the only one who can make it happen. The first step has been you committing to this program. And so you've already made one big commitment, and now we just need to work on these other goals that you are going to commit with. And the main thing is stick with it. Like I said, we're going to have our ups and our downs. The main thing is if you're going to stick with it, you're going to be consistent. So commit to succeeding. That's what Chapter 2 is going to be about. Chapter 3 is getting over your fears. We kind of talked about that on our Facebook page. I asked you what some of your fears were. It's interesting learning. It seems like recruiting kind of seemed to be the biggest one. And then another thing I kind of learned about you guys was overestimating yourself or underestimating yourself is kind of these biggest fears. So hopefully Chapter 3 will help you as far as those are concerned. And next thing you need to do, and this chapter covers, is eliminate self-sabotage from your life and your business. We are all really good at self-sabotaging ourselves. Like I said, this is another trait that most women have. So hopefully this chapter will help you in overcoming that. And your greatest fear should not be the obstacles you face. Your greatest fear should be that one day you will look back with regret at all the opportunities you wasted in life because you let fear beat you down. I'm going to read that again because that's one of my favorite quotes from that chapter. It says, your greatest fear should not be the obstacles you face. Your greatest fear should be that one day you will look back with regret at all the opportunities you wasted in life because you let fear beat you down. Like I said, I love that. That's really been inspiration. So when you think about these fears that you're having, think about it. You're going to let them hold them back from your whys and your goals and what you really want. Don't let them. So don't let them win. Make a plan. Get organized and eliminate these things that waste your time and don't make money for you. So again, make a plan. Get organized and eliminate those things in your life that waste your time and that don't make money for you. So how can you get the momentum going? It's a good question. Don't fill your day with busy work. I know I'm very guilty of this. This is something I struggle with daily. I get so scattered. You guys probably know me well enough. I'm very scattered. I get all over the place. I'll log into one thing and on Facebook and I'll see a post. Oh, I got to go check this out. And I'll go to this other link and oh, I've got to check my bank account. Or, oh, I better do my emails. Oh, I better make some phone calls. And the next thing I know, 3-4 hours have gone by and I've just spun in circles and haven't gone anywhere. So hopefully you guys, that's been it. Can be something I'm definitely going to be working on, getting organized and not filling my day with busy work. And I like this part that she talks about in the book. Get more organized and start filling your day with income-producing activities. Think about it. Are you just doing busy work, or is what you're doing really, helping you earn income? So hopefully that'll keep you guys on a better path. Another thing they talk about in this book and we need to focus on is making sure you're open for business every day. You have to be engaged with your business and your team and show that you're open for business. Do you have a car vinyl on your car? Do you wear Scentsy gear? It doesn't have to just be a sweatshirt. Oh, there it is, with a logo on it all the time. Like I said, it can be your Grace Adele products. Are you wearing Layers products? I was at Home Depot not too long ago, and I noticed this woman kept following me from aisle to aisle, and after about 3 aisles, and she's just right behind me the whole time, I got a little creeped out, so I turned around to her and I said, can I help you? And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry I'm following you. You just smell so good. What is that? She said. Made me laugh. So, of course, she ended up with a business card. I told her it was Scentsy. And anyway, so, just even wearing our products is great advertisement and letting people know you're open for business. You just never know. Another thing you can do, call your customers. Make sure they're enjoying their recent orders. Yeah, anytime your customer gets, call and ask them, is everything to your liking? Are you enjoying it? Call your teammates. Call your top three producers from last month or last week and acknowledge them and recognize them for their accomplishments. We all like a nice pat on the back. As your team gets bigger, it gets harder, so you need to mainly be focusing on your front line and teaching your front line to do the same. But to call those people, and do you have a new recruit? Call and congratulate them. Or did somebody in your team have a new recruit? Call and congratulate that consultant on their new recruit, and then call that new recruit and welcome them to your team. Figure out how much time you can devote to your business. Like I said, I know we all have different schedules, so figure out what's going to work for you and devote that to your business. And again, spend the majority of your time building your own business, and then turn to your team and spend time with those in your team who deserve it. Again, let me focus on who deserve it, who are working their business. You're going to get, as your team gets bigger, you're going to start having a lot of people in your group. I call them your time suckers. There might be nice people, but they start demanding your time. And are they really helping themselves and you be productive? I mean, focus on the people in your group that, like I said, deserve it. Because your time is one of your most precious resources. So guard it carefully. And again, that'll come into the balancing act that you learn as time goes along. So with that being said, let's talk about our challenges. Thanks for listening to all that. This is just some information I hope you found helpful, and I was really excited to share with you this week. So we have 3 challenges this week. They're not going to be hard. They're going to be really easy. And one thing we're going to focus on is the first 4 chapters in this book are going to be talking about personal growth. So we're going to be focusing on growing personally. Like last week, we talked about our why, and now we're going to be talking about getting yourself and your business organized. So the first thing I want you to do is what are you going to commit to right now? What are you going to do to succeed? Really think about that. Last week you thought about your why. Now you need to think about what you're going to do to commit to your business and this program, what you're going to commit to so you can succeed. My commitment, what I want to commit to, and I've been striving for this for years, is I'm going to step it up a little bit right now. I want to commit to at least $1,000 in sales and 1 new recruit each month. I don't know if you've seen it. I talk about it a lot, our 500 PRV and our 1 new recruit challenge. And the reason for that is if you kind of look at the chart, not everybody's going to be recruiting, but if you see just the small percentage of those new recruits recruit, just how quickly your team, and that's how you will build a successful business that's going to be building residual income for you and your team over time. I'm going to aim for 2,002 new recruits. That's going to be what I'm going to be shooting for, but I'm going to set my minimum standard as $1,000 in sales and 1 new recruit each month. And I'm about, I think I'm at 800 PRV and 1 new recruit so far. So I'm almost there. I'm pretty sure I can make it by the end of the month, but I'm going to be aiming for 2,000 like I said. So the next thing I want you to do is review the compensation plan like we talked about. See those in your teammates who need to get to that next level. Work with them, and I want you to post what you need to do. Well, you don't need to post it, but just look into it. Look and see what you need to do personally to get to that next level in the compensation plan, and how you plan to get there. How many parties are you going to need? How many recruits are you going to need? How many active consultants in your front line are you going to need to get there? So review that, and like I said, you don't need to post that on our Facebook page unless you want to. I'd love to read about it, but it's just something for you to do personally. And the next thing I want you to do is pack your purse with Scentsy samples and products. I want to show you what I have. I have my Grace Adele Heather bag, which I absolutely love, and I get so many compliments on this thing. It fits everything in here. So what I do is I keep my catalogs in here. Scent circles I keep on hand. I try to have samples sometimes, but during the summer, as you know, it gets hot. So, and I wanted to show you real quick, there's two ways you could do samples. You know, these are done by melting things down and doing a mold. So I have a little more time on my hands. And then just a label on the front. Keep it simple, or however you want to do it. If you've got the time and you want to, dress it up a little bit. Another way, if you don't have the time, just take a sachet bag or a jewelry bag. Just break off a cube, put it in there. I put the Scent of the Month sticker on there and my label on the back. I don't know if you guys have these labels or not, but I buy them from the Scentsy Family Store. I get 1,000 of them for $30, and they're nice, they're professional. So I love these labels if you don't have them already. But anyway, I mean, that's an easy way to make samples. But during the summer months, like I said, when it gets pretty hot, I just use the scent circles if I have an opportunity to give something away. Everybody loves something for free. I've got my room spray in here. I've got my hand sanitizer in here. I've got my lotion in here. So what do you have in your purse? Make sure you're always ready. I got my business cards in here. Try to make it so I never miss an opportunity. When somebody asks me about my Grace Adele or my business, I've always got something handy to happen. I have to confess, there's been a few times where I wasn't prepared. I actually had it was when I was at the Superstar Summit in Boise, Idaho, and I didn't think I'm with all these Scentsy consultants. I don't need to be prepared or have my stuff with me. I was on the elevator with a lady and heading down to one of the meetings from the hotel, and she says, what's going on? What's the Scentsy that everybody's talking about? You know, you guys all smell so good. She goes, I'm really interested in your product. And I didn't have my information. There was another Scentsy director in the elevator who did and got her business because I wasn't prepared. So don't do that. So get your purse prepared. Another thing is you could have a mobile carrier for your car. Have a mobile office in your car. This is something I try to keep in my car to try to be prepared. It's got testers in here. I don't know if you can see it. There's my testers. I've got a scent pack in here. Try to keep light bulbs in case I run into somebody, you know, that sees my car and sees my Scentsy website and stuff. And like, oh, I ran out of bulbs, you know, so I've got a light bulb handy. I've got my label on the top of it so they'll know where it came from after they leave. I find most people struggle with trying to find the 15-watt bulbs, so I keep a couple of those on hand. I have my room sprays again, catalogs, order forms in case somebody wants to place an order right there. You never know. Keep those on hand. And also, and this is how Sandy Lucky, the lady that we talked about previously, this is a big part of how she grew her business, is she would run into people and they'd ask her about Scentsy, and instead of just giving them a business card and them getting her information, she says, well, how can I go about making sure I get their information so I can get back to them, follow up with them? So every month she does a free drawing. So when she runs into somebody and they ask about Scentsy or anything related to her business, she says, hey, I do a free drawing every month. Would you be interested in entering? And, you know, of course, most of them say, yeah, I'd love to. So she has them fill out her drawing, so she gets her name, her address, their email, and asks them if it's okay if she adds them to her newsletter list, and which most of the time they are. So she adds them to her newsletter list that goes out automatically by Scentsy every month, the first Wednesday of every month, and she's able to follow up with them. And if they won, you know, even better. So again, don't just give your information, get their information as well, so you can keep in touch with them. And the newsletter is a great way to go about it. It's free, and it's just once a month. It's not invasive, but it kind of keeps you on the forefront of your mind. I just had a lady who emailed me years ago, and it's just been on my newsletter list. We've never really had a lot of contact, and she just emailed me a couple of weeks ago asking about joining Scentsy. She hasn't signed up yet, but I mean, like I said, that one lead and that one person I've been keeping up in contact with for years might show some interest, and you never know where things will go from there. So the power of the follow-up. Anyway, so that's my mobile office. So what I'd like you guys to do is post a picture on our team Facebook page of your mobile office or your purse, one of the two. Let's get some ideas from each other. That's what I do. I'd love to see what you guys do and what inspirational ideas we can learn from each other. Like I said, this group isn't just about me teaching you. We've got some amazing ladies, and you can just tell by reading your wise stories and learning a little more about you, just the talent we have in this group. So let's learn from each other just as much as we are going to be learning from me in this program. So pack your purse, do your mobile office, post pictures on that, and this is the most important thing challenge I'm going to give you guys this week. And it's to have a positive attitude. I know we talked about it a little bit a while ago, but it is one of the most important things in your business that can make it or break it. So it's time for you to start becoming a more positive, optimistic, confident person, and be the most positive, optimistic, and confident person that you can be in order for you to thrive in your business. If you don't have this trait, you're not going to thrive in this business. You must believe in yourself, in your company, and your products. People can see right through you, and they don't believe you, and you're not selling yourself or the product very well. They're going to see it. People aren't dumb. They know when they're being fed a line. And and also, if you don't have a positive attitude, people aren't going to follow you. Nobody wants to be around a negative Nelly. We want to be around people who are positive, make you feel good, bring out the best in you. And negative people don't do that. So if you're posting on Facebook or advertising on Facebook, negative things about yourself, you're going to lose people. People aren't going to want to do business with somebody like that. Would you? I know I wouldn't. So, make everything you post about on Facebook positive, encouraging, that builds people up, that makes them want to be around you. That's what I want you to focus on this week. And like I said, and don't burden people with your problems, especially in social media. Leaders don't do that. We do that privately. Like I said, we got to be realistic. I understand it's not unicorns and rainbows all the time. But if you want to be a leader and get followers, do that offline. And be a good example to your team. Your team is going to do what you do. If you're posting negative things, it's going to discourage them, and they're not going to follow you, and then they're going to discourage people. I think that's what I love most about Orville and Heidi, is just the example that they set for all of us that has just trickled down throughout the company and inspired everybody. So look to them. Like I said, you're not going to find two more genuine, authentic, friendly, positive people that people just want to be around because they make people feel good about themselves. So be that person. Follow that example. And if you've got something going on that you just really need to vent about, go to a friend. Go to your husband. Do it offline. And then if there is something like on our team page or something like that you're a little discouraged about, instead of, discouraging everybody else, come to me or somebody else that can help you. Call consultant support that can help you. Usually 9 times out of 10, if you post something on our team page that frustrates you, then you're going to be frustrating your team and everybody else, and it's just going to trickle down from there. So take it offline. And so that was the most important thing I want to talk about. Positive attitude. Work on that this week. So let me just sum it up real quick. Here are your top 3 challenges this week. Got a little wordy there, so let me sum it up real quick. Right on our Scentaholic Team Superstar Facebook page, what you are going to commit to. What are you going to commit to in your business and in this program? And talk about what you're going to do this week, what you're going to do a year from now. I don't care what anything you're going to commit to. Share that with us. Post a picture of your purse or your tote party or your mobile office. Post a picture of that along with what you're going to commit to. And thirdly, have a positive attitude. Be the most positive, encouraging person that you know. Post positive, encouraging things on Facebook and have a positive attitude. So I know this isn't probably the challenge you were thinking would happen this week, but this challenge is getting you organized for now. I want you to keep your office, your mobile office, and your purse packed every month. Don't miss out on those opportunities. And remember, it is the small things done consistently that make the big differences everyone wants. I love that quote. It is the small things done consistently that make the big differences everyone wants. These are the small behind the scenes things that that if you are consistent with, I promise they're going to help you get new recruits and hosts. You'll run into people running around town who mention scenting and they want a new catalog or want to smell the new scents. And if you've got a tester in your car, even better. It'll keep them interested. You'll have it right there. You won't give them time to forget about you. And it'll possibly turn them into your next host or recruit. You never know. And if people are interested in Scentsy, like I said, have them fill out a door prize slip so you can follow up with them. And make sure you add them to your email list. And because the more people that you meet, the more contacts that you have, the better you're going to do in this business. It's all a numbers game. The more contacts you have, the more hosts you have, and the more recruits you have, and the better your business does. So it's all a numbers game. So I'm anxious to see what you guys feel. I'm anxious to hear about your commitments. I'm anxious to see your mobile offices and your purses. And I'm anxious to see you put these systems into place in your business. Hopefully you already are, but if not, hopefully these will help you put the system into place. It is systems like this that done consistently that make those big differences. So you never know when you're going to meet, who you're going to meet at your school, your church, your store, who's going to ask you about Scentsy or Velada or Grace Adele, and they're needing a new light bulb or a catalog, and they might need to be your next big fundraiser as well, which has also been a big boost to my business as fundraisers. So you never know where it's going to lead you. So, again, I'm excited to see your pictures on our Facebook page and see you commit to this program. I'm so happy that you guys are here, and I'm excited to see what these systems done consistently will do for your business as well. Please keep us posted. If you've got any good yay stories, please share them. I'd love to hear more about it. I find it encouraging, and I know the rest of our group will as well. So you have until Sunday at midnight to complete these 3 challenges. I'm sorry I'm a day late in this, but hopefully it won't mess your schedules up too bad this week. Again, you'll have till Sunday at midnight, and then next Monday I will post our week 3 challenge. So I know you guys are going to be the strongest directors in our company. I know that you guys are. Just follow these plans, read these books. You guys will do it, and I can't wait to celebrate all your successes with you. And have a wonderful week, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.